Okay, check. I'm gonna pull up the video we're gonna watch today.
Alright.
Oh. Okay. I'm trying to find day 1. Excuse me. He might actually be the father. My first day at Stream University, agent teaches his first class. Okay.
First I would like.
Okay, so I found the video. Hopefully, I probably should test the audio as well. Wait, why does it say I'm doing Marvel Rivals? Why does it say that? Oh dear. Oh dear. Oh no. I don't know why it says under the Marvel Rivals. Oh dear. I don't know how to fix that, genuinely. No clue how to fix that. Maybe it'll let me fix it. Hold on. Okay, so let me just put this is what we're gonna be watching today. We're gonna be locked in for agents class. I just need to figure out why the heck it says the category is Marvel Rivals. That's so strange. Twitch app. Google Chrome. Oops. Oh. Oh. Well, let's just delete the whole thing. I guess I'm going manually because for some reason nothing wants to work right. Bitch. Oh no, I still have to log into Twitch. Okay. I'll just change it manually. Okay. And then, bro, like, get out of here. I feel like I have to set up my desk in a way where it's not so like, I feel like all my stuff is like always all over the place. And I have to figure out a way to not have that like that because it's kind of driving me up the wall. Oh, yeah, that definitely goes on the charger. All right, man. But, okay.
Is this organic?
That's my charger sound. Don't judge me. All right. So what we're gonna do first, hopefully, is not the full hour of him teaching. This class is an hour. Oh my gosh! All right, we do it. We ball.
I know everybody's streaming, but if everybody keep talking and stuff like that and interrupt, it's gonna make it very difficult to get through this. I think y'all will learn something. Let's lock in, bro. I know everybody's really excited because this is a great opportunity. I bet the views are looking good. You're meeting a lot of cool people. Things of that nature, but there's going to be a long time after this where you will hopefully still be streaming and hopefully still be succeeding. So you want to learn some of these concepts, and I'm going to keep it practical as possible because I want you guys actually apply some of the stuff that's going on. Before we get started,
who's moving the camera like this?
That's been streaming for more than like 2 years?
Right here.
Okay, that's about half the class. Who's a newer streamer like the last year or so? Okay, nice. Okay, cool. So we got a little bit of everything. We're going to structure it like... Quiet down. We're going to structure like 0 to 1 million followers. So we're going to start with the first bit from 0 to 250,000 followers.
Let's go.
Then we're going to go to the middle from 250 to 750,000 followers. And then beyond that. In the presentation, I'm going to tell you like what your team should potentially look like, what you should be spending your time, potentially your money on, and certain concepts and things you should be practicing and understanding in those different stages.
No, Professor A.
If you want to make it to the next level. All right? If you have any questions, just ask, and we'll keep it pushing. All right, nice. So first thing I want to start by saying is this is not easy. I know it's presented like it's easy and it looks really fun, but
I'm not gonna lie, who's on camera duty? Who the heck is on camera duty? Because it's been shifty since he started talking. Find a place and hold it steady, honestly. Jeez Louise. All right,
it's harder than you think. So this graph, I thought it was very fascinating, and it does kind of illustrate just how challenging being seen as a content creator could be. This graph is the subscriber count for Kai Cenat's Kai's Mind channel. His first upload was in December. He was at 500 subscribers in December with dozens of uploads. I'm talking about Kai Cenat. Now, granted, he was uploading as almost like an experiment to see like, He was just saying things that was on his mind. It wasn't super high appeal content. But it's interesting to think even one of the biggest people on the internet can upload dozens of videos to an unknown channel with under 500 subscribers. It wasn't until he promoted it in March where it got a huge spike and it reached 500,000. So like if you're struggling and you've been doing it for a while, sometimes it's not necessarily that you suck, it's just you haven't quite figured out certain concepts yet. So that's what I'm gonna try and click. There's a lot of people here that's like super entertaining that I see, but it's not enough to be entertaining. We all have the entertaining friend that hasn't quite hit yet. And then we all have the friend that's maybe not that entertaining that's been doing phenomenal. You just had to, like Mr. B is not the most entertaining person, but he knows how to put together a good video. So in the same way, we're gonna talk a lot about other platforms because one thing you'll realize as a streamer, you have to be on everything. If you're not on IG Reels, sometimes you gotta be on Facebook. You gotta be on literally everything because that's how you're gonna drive the people to your stream. All right, so talking a little about that today. We're gonna start off in the 0 to 250,000 followers. If you have 0 to 250,000 followers on the platform you stream on, could you raise your hands? 0 to 250,000 followers.
Yeah, that would be me.
Under 250. On the main platform you stream on.
He said the main platform. Pay attention.
Yeah. You don't stream.
Yeah, like if you got, say you got Instagram, you don't stream on there, you got higher followers than your streaming platform.
It don't matter, just the main one, you know? Yeah, just the main one. All right, so you probably heard it before. I'm going to really kind of like drill it in. You have to apply short form. I'm not even joking. Like if you stream significantly less and did more short form, you would see significantly more growth. In this current stage, and I'm gonna give you guys some certain case examples. And I look,
hold the camera steady.
Submits too because some people.
What
right, some people have some misconceptions.
What
so
up?
Queso is a really good example of someone who grew playing.
Hey, I'm trying to lock in like you, bro. I'm on this video. It's an hour long. Is the whole thing an hour, bro? I'm glad you learned something though. I'm glad it's worth the time that we're about to spend watching it because, oh my God, an hour. I'm trying to take notes because I'm like an hour long. There's no way that I'm catching everything. I'm going to have to take notes.
2K content on TikTok.
I'm lurking in the shadow. I appreciate you. Happy Saturday. Hey, your birthday tomorrow.
Because a lot can change in 2 years.
You gotta do, bro.
But he was. And his channel blew up. He had some really big clips. And he was able to transition that audience into streaming. You might think to yourself, okay, that was like
20
2-3
videos.
years ago. How about something more recent?
He had like 20 videos in a row.
Joe Bart did a lot of like rant, commentary style content on TikTok. He was able to transition that content. He's one of the biggest streamers on Twitch right now. But it didn't happen overnight.
Is he
He's
really?
someone that killed it on TikTok. One thing you notice about both of them, they're not just good on TikTok. They own it. These guys are demons at TikTok. So it's not enough to exist on the platform. To dominate it is how you make that transition. And you might be thinking, okay, Joe.
I just feel like that's so hard to say because, like, how do you? I don't know how to dominate nothing.
Bart Loki blew up on TikTok 2 years ago. Maybe a more recent example.
Let me write that word down because I'll figure out how to do that.
A few weeks ago, this is the guy that makes racing content that's probably not going to appeal to most people. He started with 0 subscribers, 0. He actually started with 0 videos. All he did was post YouTube shorts. That's all he did. And they were really good. I'm talking, he was getting 2 million views a short, 2 million views a short, 1 million views a short. Really, like, to me, super interesting content. If you're anywhere in the niche, then this type of content that you would want to watch. His first YouTube video, I took the screenshot a couple weeks ago. It had 680,000 views in 2 weeks. It is over 1 million now.
Dang.
His first YouTube video, 1 million views.
That's rare though to translate. Shorts and long form don't translate as good.
But it does on YouTube. So we'll talk a little bit about that. YouTube Shorts translates to YouTube videos.
So many different pages.
So when it comes to short form, this actually does apply just in general. You need some sort of hook, okay? I'm gonna say something and it's gonna sound a little pseudo and like.
Wait, hold on. Let me write this down. Okay. I can listen at the same time.
It's very, very practical. Do you guys have like an idea of what your audience wants to watch?
Not a clue.
Yeah.
Okay, now we're talking. Being able to like put yourself in your audience shoes is the biggest superpower a content creator have. The same way that being able to put yourself in a customer's shoes is the best power a business can have. If you don't have an idea of what your community wants to see, you're gonna airball a lot of shots. It don't mean you can't airball some shots. You're not gonna hit everything. But having a good hook is a good premise. So like, I'm gonna show some examples of hooks that I think are really good in different ways, and then you can start to think about how you can apply that to your content. The reason why I say that is because when it comes to short form, if you don't have a good hook, you're setting yourself up for failure. You only have a certain amount of time to capture somebody's interest. So what I would like to present is next time you're scrolling short form, next time you're even watching long form YouTube videos, I want you to think about what you're thinking about while you're watching it. What about it specifically is interesting? You will start to pick up a lot of strategies from the stuff you like that you could apply into your own content. Hold on. Goodness gracious, Pudgy. No shirt, bro? All right. Dub, you can't sit in this front row. You gotta find somewhere else. Hey, quiet down, please.
Hey, listen. This is Professor of the Year for Class of 2025.
Nah, for real.
On our campus. Please listen. We're not in elementary. You see people walking, we don't gotta talk to them waving up in Jordan.
I made it.
We don't gotta be waving at people coming in late.
They came in late. I made sure to
Pay
shop.
attention.
Hook plus itch? What does that even say? Hook plus itch that can be scratched by watching the whole short.
We don't gotta be waving at people coming in late.
They came in late. I made sure to shop.
Pay attention, please. Go ahead.
Thank you, Dean Sinet. If you're really popular on a platform, like some of you guys, like Alyssa, you have a face that people have seen on TikTok a lot, you can use your face as the hook. You know what I'm saying? If you look at a lot of A&P videos, we just use our faces as the hook. So like if, for example, who here is like known for something that, Dub, what are you known for?
Having a son and food now. EDG brother.
Okay, nice. Well, in that instance, you could use your face in certain contexts that apply to that, right? If somebody thinks you're really knowledgeable with money and you're doing a money topic, sometimes your face is gonna be the thing that hooks people. So, you know, it doesn't have to be like a big thumbnail
What's up
with a
with this
fucking red
cameraman,
circle,
bro?
you know? And then like you just have to, well, we'll explain a little bit later, but it just has to be like an itch that you can hook. So I got a couple examples here. I'm gonna show you the good example first. Hopefully it works. There we go. Yeah, let me turn this motherfucker up.
Are these faces?
Long stroll. Well, after making his apologies and claiming that he missed breakpoint, I thought we were done there, but the very next race I found myself next to him again. This time I'm driving a McLaren and in a tight battle of my own, getting squeezed onto a curb before making a move around the outside of another. Unfortunately, I get a poor exit after he taps me on the rear, putting me into the snapping jaws of the cars behind. Suddenly I find myself defended from 4 different drivers and start weaving to avoid giving a tow.
Okay, so that's an example of that's a very activating short. I can sit down and explain to you guys all the reasons why, the angles, the voiceover, where he threw it to, where he got it back. But then you could compare that short that got like 1 million views to this short, which is the same concept. Is somebody that crashed into him.
Don't you do it, don't you do it. You mother. Mother. I make it.
So it's the same concept. He did the same thing. They both had the same experience. Somebody hit him. He was playing a racing game, somebody hit him.
I can kind of see
went
it.
through the effort, again, all these cinematic shots, making sure you had no chance for your attention to get lost. Another person just played a clip. There's levels to it.
You have editing skills like that.
You gotta find editing skills. And so I will say, we're gonna get to it in a little bit, but a lot of the skills you hire for are actually things you should know. One, you're gonna know if someone's scamming you, if you know how it's done. But then 2, on top of that, if they're not available and for some reason you need to get down and dirty, you should know how to edit a video, you should know how to edit a short, you should know how to do all the things you hire for. That's why I know how to make lotion and shit as the tone guys here. So I would like to say it's not always a success and you always have to be trying stuff. So even the biggest streamers in the building, they miss sometimes. You can do some stuff that doesn't hit all the time, but you should always be applying the principles. So I started a gaming page. In my head, I know what does that mean. The gaming page is at what? 200, it's like at 30,000 subscribers right now. It's performing well, views per video, but I'm not farming subs enough. What should I do in that instance? Lean into shorts. So not only am I posting YouTube shorts consistently now, but I also created a gaming Instagram so I could apply more shorts. And there's actually a pretty good conversion between Instagram Reels and content off platform. Instagram is actually maybe the most underrated thing in content right now.
Really?
So let me give you a couple examples of hooks. This is an example of a hook where the caption is what makes you intrigued in the content. I mean, I don't want to sign in, so. I think it's just the internet, to be honest with you.
That's crazy. They ain't have to do them like that.
First of all, that's prosthetics. It's not my real forehead. So. Okay.
That's crazy.
That shit look good.
Okay, but the premise is that once you read the caption, the bouncer says no hats, you got no choice but to fucking stick around to see why the caption says that.
Why would the bouncer
caption
say
make
no
you wanna
hats?
stay
Yeah.
to the end. And you obviously can see the hat, and just, you know, it's implied that I'm gonna review the hat.
Yeah.
But by the time you finish it, you're like, damn, that was so crazy. Maybe I watch it again. Now you loop somebody. Now you get mad watch time. Feel me? So this is an example of an Instagram reel that we posted like last week that performed pretty well. Yeah, what's that?
So a lot of my videos have POV, like you're 27 and single, so you're going on a solo date. Like I'm known for my mukbang and solo date. Do you think POV is like important? If you think that's why the videos are hitting so much, because POV is so relevant?
It is impossible to answer without knowing your audience. It's
Right.
like super audience specific. So I would have to look at your specific audience and see why something may or may not hit. Because something that hit for you might not hit for the next person. Feel me? So this is a thumbnail hook where the actual thumbnail, the content of the thumbnail is what makes you want to watch. So this is a clip that I deadass post. I repost it like every 3 months. But it was the intro I did for a 48-hour stream where I came down, rappelled from the ceiling. But you don't have to know any of that. It says craziest Twitch intro. Why is it so crazy? Well, why is this guy rappelling from the roof? So it adds like some interesting appeal. Who this applies for is anybody that watch streams. Why?
Wait a second. I have on a Monaco shirt right now. My shirt says Monaco. Agent's shirt says Monaco. Or Monaco. I don't know how it's pronounced. Both our shirts say the same thing. Is that a sign? That might be a sign, I'm not gonna lie.
Is this better than any Twitch intro I've seen before? It might not even be the best, but it's a unique one. It's unique enough to where every time I post it, it does well. I repost it like every 3 months. But in my opinion, like now you're using a thumbnail, you're using a caption, you could use somebody's face, you could even use the, what do you call it, the description in the bottom of it to interest people. So like, don't waste space.
Okay.
Everything they see could be another reason they discard your content.
Swizzy's
right?
not for
Think
real.
about the way you use YouTube content.
One of them.
You're scrolling. You're not paying attention to nobody. You scroll. It could be someone you fuck with. You might scroll past it. So it's not enough to know people. It's not even enough to make good content. You deadass have to have the whole package. You know what I'm saying? Like once they watch the video, it has to be a good video, but you also have to package it to make it look like a real video if you want people to stick around.
Yeah, because I feel like that's why I never take it personal that like people I know don't really tap in with my content. People be like, oh, that's weird. Like people that I know, they don't tap in with my content. But it's like, bro, lots of people don't tap in with your content. Like, yeah, because they know you, they could tap in with your content more often. But like at the end of the day, they may not be interested in the stuff you're interested in. So like either that or like he said, you got to package it different so it interests everybody. Not just because I feel like I don't even want just because people know me for them to tap it. I want them to tap in with the stuff that they like. Like if you like that video, you like that video. But I appreciate it when people that know me tap in. Obviously it helps. You know, it helped my confidence, but like, you know, at the end of the day, everybody like what they like. So it's like,
so when
that's just the way it goes.
Certain videos, you have to pay attention to the analytics to see how it's performing, to see what works better for you.
I need to start doing
true.
that.
We'll get into that a little bit more, but that does apply. Yes, you're correct.
I need to start
So
paying
this is
attention
like,
to my
me,
analytics.
this is obvious, but there's a chance that you might not already be doing it. So let's say you're in fashion, right? Let's say you're in gaming. There's really no planet you shouldn't be on TikTok. You could type in gaming, you could click the 3 dots, you can click filter, you can go by like count, and you can go this week or this month. If you don't know what's popping in your genre, in your field on TikTok in the last 2 weeks, you genuinely don't care about your job. That's what it feels like.
Okay, because I've never done that. I didn't even know that that exists. I do care about my job though. Okay.
Because if this was any other context, you would pay attention. If you were an athlete, you would kind of pay attention to the stuff you put in your body. If you're a streamer, you should pay attention to the content that's performing. This is part of the job. Yeah, can we quiet down, please? So if you haven't been doing it, make it a habit. In fact, what I like to do is I literally create a separate TikTok, a separate YouTube, where the only thing I do on it is research. So the algorithm specifically feeds me interesting, unique, creative stuff because that's the only thing I consume on it. So I don't watch my usual videos on there. I specifically use it just to see what's hitting, what's working. Not just for stuff in your bubble. Genuinely, you'll have so many bangers if you start looking at other bubbles. You know what I'm saying? It's interesting though. Like there are French streamers with 40,000 live viewers that you've never heard of. There are Spanish viewers with 50,000 live viewers you've never heard of. It's not that they're not big, they're just not in your bubble. There's a lot of stuff happening. It's not happening in this bubble. You guys are in this
Expand the
university
bubble.
It's mad shit happening in the world. If you're not paying attention to all of it, you're missing out tremendously.
So like who are your favorite underrated streamers or creators that a lot of people don't know about, but that you're like they're raw and they have a lot of potential.
Alyssa, I think she's fire over there. Suburbs hilarious. Chibu didn't make it here. I wish she got picked, but Chibu's really funny to me.
Okay, so not me. Okay.
Yeah, not me. Okay. Did you want me to say you? Okay. You're pretty great too. Yeah. Yeah, I love your content. Yeah.
What about this guy?
All right. So I would like to say, there's a good. Okay. Certain things you can't learn without trying. It's facts, right?
Right. Yeah.
I mean, sure, somebody could tell it to you, but sometimes actually experiencing it hits harder. So, the YouTube Shorts to YouTube videos is undefeated. First of all, YouTube Shorts is just the best way to get subs on YouTube, okay? And you might be saying, like, this is Streaming University, why are you talking about YouTube and short form so much? It is impossible to grow as a streamer, okay? I don't know if you noticed. You will not grow as a streamer by streaming more hours. In fact, you won't even grow as a streamer by making good content. You will only grow as a streamer if you're making good content and people can see it on all the platforms. You know what I'm saying? So it don't matter how funny your clip was today. If niggas not clipping it on Twitter and the TikTok's not sharing it, then, I mean, nobody saw it. Your audience saw it, but they're already watching you. You feel me?
Yeah,
so
that makes sense.
Get in the habit of trying to share some of the stuff that's happening, not just on stream. The grind is not just more hours on stream. This is very prehistoric mindset, okay? The grind is having a moment and then finding ways to share it with everybody. So streaming, you essentially now are a content creator. You're not a streamer no more. It's a full-on content creator. What's that?
So how do you like do it as to like, you said that people are in their own levels. How do you like get out of those levels? Like for instance, Speed, right? He has a big fan base because
I'm trying to see this board.
So how do you make it so you're
How do you get out of your bubble? You just have to make an effort to consume different types of content that you may not particularly be interested in. It could be in a different language, it could be in a different font, but you just have to make a serious effort to, you won't leave it by accident. If you let your algorithm, it'll keep you in that bubble because that's the stuff you like. You just have to start consuming different things. That'll be on you, low-key, to just, teach your algorithm a little bit.
I got a question.
What's that?
Why you think Kai only posts shorts on YouTube but don't post them videos on Instagram Reels?
I think he's, I don't know. He's been talking about starting on Reels. Yeah, he's just been off for a while, focusing on other stuff. So, but just because somebody doesn't necessarily mean it's good or bad strategy, it's kind of just what works for you. Being everywhere for the average streamer works. I will also say, sometimes things apply to the biggest streamers that's not gonna apply to you. Like it might only work for them because they're them. You get what I'm saying?
Fair,
so like, take it with a grain of salt when you see a really, really big streamer
doing a certain thing.
It might not always work. It's worth trying stuff though, but it might not always work. Instagram Reels is OP. Are you who's posting on Instagram Reels here?
I am now posting on Instagram Reels.
Bro, if you are not, brother, how do I tell you, right?
Okay, YouTube, because the cameraman is he got a shaky hand. Played really well to videos. Maybe I'm gonna take a picture of it. I think I'm gonna take a picture of it instead, so I can keep this video rolling. Okay.
Let me tell you how remember TikTok 3 years ago?
Yeah.
That is Instagram Reels today.
What?
And especially if you have an existing audience on Instagram, it's crack.
Really go up faster.
Way faster. Not just on Instagram, but it just shares shit so well. Jeremiah.
I heard like posting multiple times a day on Instagram for like fight.
You can, it depends on your niche. I would say probably don't post more than 1 or 2 times. But there's some people that post 4 or 5 times. It just depends on your niche. Some niches a lot more acceptable to spam posts. Some niches you could deadass post the same video every week for like the rest of the year.
So you be reposting your own content again and again?
You can. Like if enough time passes and a clip hit, I already post it.
Yeah. That's my question. When I post on TikTok, they flag my content for unoriginal content. If it gets clipped, my clipper send me the clip, and I have to appeal it sometimes.
Okay, I will say, so all the social platforms don't like clipping culture. It's true, okay? And it's probably going to get nerfed at some point, most likely. They consider it unoriginal because it is technically not an original piece of content. The original piece of content is happening on stream.
It's me though.
No, I understand that, but it's still not original. Like you did it somewhere else. You're just repurposing it. Yeah. So we don't know how long this meta is gonna exist for. But while it's here, you might as well take full advantage of it.
Fair enough. You know? No, you cooking? You cooking for real?
Really, man? Adrian, we just had the same class like 2 minutes away. I know.
Yeah, I'm already knowing, gang. I'm already knowing.
Adrian, I got a question.
What's that?
You got like a different editor for like your gaming content style versus like your
Yes, but we'll talk about that a little bit later. Okay, so this is like a good concept that I think everybody deserves to understand. A lot of people think the clip hit because it got views. All right, who here has had a clip that went viral and then nothing happened because of it? All right, this is common.
nothing happened.
It didn't result in anything.
Yeah.
Like, it was a moment, then it passed.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Like it went viral and you ain't make no money from it.
Money, like it didn't transition to no views on the socials. I want you to pay attention to this and let me know what you notice.
Entire stream room into a big ball pit. It was a lot of fun. But I left the house for a couple hours and balls have been pouring out the entire time. And you might think to yourself, like, how bad could it possibly be, Agent? It can't be that fucking bad. 100,000 balls can't be that bad, right? King.
Dang!
Chris. Nah, at the time he wasn't camera. He was doing something else. But if you notice in that clip, your first thought is gonna be like, damn. Well, first of all, your first thought is Kai's gonna be mad. But then the second thought is gonna be, well, that's a pretty crazy thing to do on stream. You know what I'm saying?
What caused that?
Is actually useful to you if it makes people think I should show up to the stream. Oh, there's some cool things that happen on that stream. If you collect enough of those, they will genuinely start to show up to more of those streams. Here's a second example of the same thing. Is it gonna let me click this X today? So you're gonna watch this clip and you're gonna think to yourself, oh, he's doing a 48-hour stream. Maybe I should tune into it. So your clip should naturally make people wanna come to the content. You know what I'm saying? In fact, usually before I do a marathon, I'll at least do some sort of simple TikTok saying like, yo, I'm surviving in the Amazon for 48 hours.
See, but I'm not doing all that.
So point is the clips can get views, that's cool. But the clips should get views and make people think, damn, I should show up to this. You know what I'm saying? So if your clip got views and it makes people think this guy's a asshole, then it didn't do you much good. In fact, it probably did you some harm. There's gonna be some mad people on Twitter and shit that just think you're a way that you're probably not. All right.
Dang, am I supposed to be on Twitter too?
Yeah.
I feel like I've grown at least 6 clipping pages. I know how to do it crazy good. I can get good views, all these captions.
Yeah.
Why do you think, I feel like for me personally, and I heard a lot of people, why do you think when it comes to like Twitch,
Yo, let's hear a question.
why do you think when it comes to Twitch specifically, it's so hard to grow? Because I can get millions of views and understand the algorithm on all the platforms because I've mastered that. But to actually get them over, I mastered the everything that you said, but it's hard to get them over because I feel like Twitch doesn't push you out. You have to collab. So the clips to me, from me personally, it doesn't translate versus like.
We could talk about that after because that's a very D's topic. But some of these concepts will help. Being able to apply short form and then what we'll talk about a little bit later, these will help, okay? All right, when it comes to understanding content, this is gonna sound like the simplest thing you heard today, but on God, half the room's not doing it, okay? A lot of people have the balls to do this part right here. You hit the live button, all right? And that's actually a big first step. A lot of people think about it, they actually don't hit the live button. But then after that, a lot of people skip this part. They fill it out, but they don't actually look. They don't actually see what the chat was saying. They don't see what the numbers was doing. They don't actually analyze the content to see if it performed. But sometimes they do. And then they still don't do this part, which is make the actual adjustment. What this looks like is, do we have any gamers in here that do gaming content? Right? Let's say you playing Valorant.
Okay.
All right? Boom, you just did the content. You analyze the content. You know your stream doesn't like Valorant. Okay? Maybe it's falling off, just watch now, we don't know. Okay? You actually aren't making the adjustment. I've seen it so many times where it's like people are sabotaging themselves because there's something they want to do and it's technically not in line with what their chat wants to see.
No, he might be cooking. No, he might be cooking.
Streaming. At the end of the day, when you stream, you either entertain or inform.
Yeah.
So if you're an informative nigga, then you could, spew the knowledge, share, help people. But if you're an entertainer, you actually genuinely have to entertain.
You need to entertain the
way don't want to see. You're not entertaining. You're actually just selfishly entertaining yourself. But which is okay if you don't care about growth.
No, he might.
But if we're here to talk about growth and you want to grow, it has to look like this and genuinely making that adjustment.
Whoa.
Like not doing Valorant. Like trying something else. You have to explore. While things are going well, you have to explore so that if things don't go well with that anymore, you adjust. I used to be in the 2K community. I knew what it was like to rely specifically on one game. It sucked. If the game was ass, what happened? Views were down. Nobody cared. It didn't matter how much they liked me. They wasn't going to watch content for a game they didn't care about. You know what I'm saying?
Fair enough.
You learn that lesson the hard way, and then once you get the momentum back again, now you start AMP. Now you start doing different types of content. You have to learn from these situations.
Okay, so I kind of have that problem right now. Like, I feel like I'm stuck in one game.
Okay.
So did you just like experiment and just do other games that were popular, or like what kind of things did you do? Did you do things that were like just trending?
Yeah, so if you want to do games that you think have the same audience as that one, and try and create some appeal into that game. Okay. So what game do you play?
Marvel Rivals.
So you maybe like, I mean, Overwatch would be a shitty game to go to, but essentially, I appreciate it. So essentially you want to find a game that has a similar audience and try and create the most high appeal stuff you can lead with to make people think like, hey, this is not so bad.
Would you do like multiple games at the same time? Like if it
Explore, like what Jinxie did was a really good example. We'll talk about it in a second. Where he did Rainbow Six nonstop, right?
Yeah.
So now he could kind of do whatever he wants.
Yeah.
He didn't start that way. Like he experimented a little bit with certain games that had similar communities, and then he was able to now, he's so varied, he could play any game and it's gonna pull. So it's a little bit of strategy to it. But a lot of what's gonna work for that is being able to see what other people did. Back when I was making 2K content, there was a few people that pivoted away from 2K content. And I studied the out of that. Like, I was on their page, like, then he dropped this video, then he dropped this video, and then he went over there and did that. Feel me?
You know what? I feel like maybe I'm overthinking it, because I feel like part of the reason I don't watch, I try my best not to watch too much of other people's like content, like the bigger streamers' content, is because I'm trying to make sure that I'm not taking their content. Because I feel like a lot of times, like when I hear like, oh yeah, you watch this, da 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 da, like you end up doing the same thing as them. So I'm like, okay, I don't want to do the same thing that they do. But apparently, like, I guess maybe I'm overthinking it, and it could be more of like a research type situation, like, and putting your own spin on it. But I feel like putting your own spin on something that somebody else is doing is essentially you taking it. So I was like, okay, I want to do what I need to do and not take nothing for nobody. But like, this is like top, I don't even know. He got to be at least top 100 streamer. Like, and he's saying you need to go and watch other people's content. So I'm like, well, I'm going to have to listen. But I just like, that's why I wasn't like, like I was trying to stay in my own lane. And make sure that I wasn't taking stuff from other people. But I guess, hey, I guess you got to do what you got to do, right?
But that informed me. So most of the time, the stuff you're doing, people done it before. Okay. Follow the blueprint.
Fair.
All right, speaking about that, who here is not in a niche? You just do whatever, whenever. Okay? All right.
I don't know. I mean, like.
So I will say, the people that are in a niche, you have a higher likelihood to grow faster. There's other variables that can matter, but being in a niche helps a lot because it makes your content definable. When people look at you, they want to think, what's Suburb Baby content about? If they can't put a word on what his content's about, they're gonna struggle to f with that content straight up. When you can identify what something is, it's easier to identify with it. Like, if I say Easy's a really nice person, I like watching streamers that give me a good vibe. Now I know that's the type of content that I like. You have to be identifiable. Being in a niche makes that a little easy. It's not necessary, but it genuinely helps. Let me give you some examples. Jinxie, we talked a little bit about him a second ago. He grew exclusively on Rainbow Six. He wouldn't touch another fucking game, right?
Yeah.
Now he can play whatever game he wants. He could have went IRL. He could have did a whole lot of shit. He wasn't into that. Dashie is another good example. I don't know how many OGs here know Dashie. He's one of my favorite content creators. Before he ever had a gaming channel, he had a voiceover skit channel. And he dominated. He had millions of subscribers. It wasn't until he dominated that field, he pivoted to something else. You'll see a lot in entertainment. 50 Cent dominate music. Right? Yeah. Then he's like, oh, what do I want to do next? I'm bored. Now he goes into film. He dominates film. Now you can do next. Be transitioning out of the niche before you conquered it. You can, but there's going to be a trough where things look a little ugly. Money slow down, views slow down. You could do that. I've seen it happen. Ron is a good example, right? Where Ron had a dip, but then he was good enough to where he was able to bring it back. And now, like, I saw him at 110,000 people at 4 a.m. yesterday. So it doesn't mean you can't pivot out of niches. Sometimes niches scare people because you think, oh, I'm a creative soul. I don't want to do one thing. I don't want to be in a box. Sometimes the box is nice. And just so you know, even when you don't think you're in a box, you just happen to be in a big box. Everybody's in a box.
Everybody's in a box. That's fair. Everybody's in a box. That's a fair point to make.
Examples of two.
Because I be saying, like, I don't want to be in a box. I don't want nobody to put me in a box. But, like, You're just in a
NBA
big box,
2K
bro.
content creators that grew to the peaks in their games before they transitioned and did other stuff. Duke doing lifestyle stuff, and Speed obviously doing the IRL streaming. Okay, this is like pretty practical. The biggest streamers are doing it, and it's not a secret. The guy that's synonymous with YouTube is streaming on Twitch. The guy that's synonymous with Twitch is now streaming on YouTube. It's not an accident. Like, they're watching what's happening and they're making adjustments. Streaming exclusively to a platform that's not paying you is just like, that's kind of like only playing on PlayStation, but you could afford an Xbox and a PC. Like, you can, but you're gonna miss out on some stuff. So you might as well stream on all of it. We're on YouTube and Twitch right now.
But how can I do Twitch and TikTok? Because TikTok.
You can do that too. A lot of people do that too.
I'm doing it.
Yeah. It's just like the issue with TikTok is if you say nigga one time, you're out of there.
Oh.
Yeah. So that's, for me, it's like, yeah.
Oh, shoot. I didn't even know that.
Nah, they fry you. Yeah. Kai's niche? Early days, Kai did a lot of prank content. Ding dong ditches and stuff like that. He was on campus. He was doing a lot of like datey type of style content. Then he was with us in A&P, and then he started doing like IRL content. So like everyone kind of sets a niche. Kai's a little bit of a hybrid though. I wouldn't say he was in a clear niche. Yes.
I switched my niche fully.
That's good. And you.
I used to be hot tubs with girls. I was like slapping ass.
Yo, quiet down. Everybody listen to him.
I always raise girls, mad bitches, slapping ass. You know what I'm saying? Like
Mad
orange shit.
bitches.
We don't call girls that.
Mad women.
And then
No, he's good.
I switched it to
He's not talking to you though.
Yeah, I switched it to all dude content, and I chill with the bros and have fun. I switched my shit around. 418.
All right. In this stage, if you have under 250,000 followers, it's gonna be tempting to stream more, to come up with stream ideas. I promise, you need more short form ideas. This is what your day should look like. You should genuinely be spending 60% of your day on short form. This is not exaggeration. This is not shock value. In fact, it might be a understatement. I would dedicate maybe 40% of your time to streaming, 60% of your time to shorts. If you don't have a shorts person, that's okay. Make them yourself.
Is that clips?
Yes, shorts, TikTok, IG Reels, all that, yes. It could be whatever, as long as people post it. Yeah, because shorts barely make any money anyway. All right, so this is, okay, I'm gonna do this for every stage just so you guys get a sense, because I know hiring is like a little bit of like nobody talks about it. But this is what my team looks like. So I have an operations guy. Yeah, he's in the tone suit. We got creative and camera, Marcus, but he's club director. Operations like get shit done. You know what I'm saying? So like, yo, we actually needed a stand built. He's getting a stand built. We need this for stream. We have this idea. Let's pull this off. He's the one that makes ideas. Like he gets the things to make
what? Okay, I'm looking for volunteers.
For stream,
I need somebody that's familiar with operations, creative, camera, tech manager, assistant, channel manager / editor, shorts, accountant, and a lawyer. I need it all in one package because apparently I only need one person. Okay? Anybody wants to volunteer for this? Please know. You are more than welcome here, okay? Because at this stage, 0 to 250,000 followers. Right now I have less than 2,000, but that's not the point. Whoever wants to volunteer for this small streamer, raise your hand. Raise your hand. Don't be afraid, okay? We will look over your application and we will be accepting volunteers, okay?
Yes, but he's club director.
Oh my gosh.
Operations like get shit done. You know what I'm saying? So like, yo, we actually needed a stand built. He's getting a stand built. We need this for stream. We have this idea. Let's pull this off. He's the one that makes ideas. Like he gets the physical things to make the ideas happen.
Bro.
Right? Tech. If you do, who does like a lot of IRL streams primarily? All right, there's a world where you might eventually need a tech person. Like if you start going to Amazon to survive and you know you have all these sets you want to create and you have all these segments, there's a world where it might be helpful to have a tech person, but not at this stage. A manager, this is the person, manager or agent, they want to get you deals.
Oh, he's saying
they
you
help
only
you
need
with stuff,
one
you know what I'm saying?
of
Like from time to time,
those
day-to-day things
things.
as well. Assistant, I know
Okay.
it sounds like assistant is like a luxury, but if you're making like over $1 million a year, I don't know how many people here, I don't want to pocket watch everybody, but you will hire an assistant and you will go, oh my God, I've saved myself so much time. What are you gonna do with that time? Put it back into the content. But so you're making way more than you paying an assistant because you freed up your time. So assistants, I know it seems like an extra, but genuinely is probably one of the more functional roles, but not yet. A channel manager / editor, it can help with shorts, but primarily these are people running your YouTube channel. You don't necessarily need that yet. Shorts, this is actually the main thing I would suggest. If you do have some extra bread and you're looking to grow as a streamer, This is the main thing I would try to invest in, okay? And then accountants and lawyers, once you get to a point, people sue you for everything. So you might potentially need one, but not at this stage.
Oh,
so
no.
next stage. This is like a little bit of the middle ground. In this stage, YouTube
I'ma still
is
watch
the
it,
game.
but I'm not at this
If you do not
stage.
start doing YouTube, I promise, once you become a bigger content creator, you'll be like, I have no YouTube presence. I'm an idiot for not starting earlier. So this is the point where every time you do a stream, you're not just thinking clips, you're thinking, hold on, what's the video, what's the thumbnail and title gonna look like? How am I gonna post it? Feel me? And this is gonna be a big part of your distribution. One thing you'll learn once you get good at YouTube, YouTube's ceiling is significantly higher than every other platform by a long shot.
Wow.
Like, I want to talk about it. If you want to be a huge content creator and you're not on YouTube, you're not that big. It's just that simple. Even if you look at Kai before he started co-streaming, his Kaizenat Live channel is pulling millions of views per video. All of the biggest streamers have huge YouTube presences. That's not an accident. So not only does it have the highest ceiling, you stand to make the most money from long form content. Your appeal is a lot more global. In Twitch, Kick, and even YouTube streaming culture, it's very bubbly, right? Your audience is gonna be people that's American, maybe speak English, maybe potentially more black. But on YouTube, it's like everybody watches it, everybody. And when I meet people that I'm like, damn, I wouldn't have expected you to watch my content, they actually don't watch the streams. They usually watch the YouTube, okay? And the good thing about YouTube is there's no end.
That's insane.
It can eat 24/7. You go to sleep, you wake up, the video got more views. So when you create content that's evergreen, you're not just winning while you're live. It's just winning 24/7.
Talk that shit, Agent.
Yeah. So I want to give you an example. If you guys have a Ludwig class at some point, please block in. This is no troll, one of the best executors of YouTube content. I want you guys to really lock in. I mean, try and analyze the first minute of this video.
I'm here. I'm locked in.
Let's see if I can.
What do we got?
That's how many people have bought Magic Chameleon. For reference,
10 million?
Mario Kart.
Whoa! 10 million people have purchased Mecha Chameleon? What?
The world did in the first few months it came out.
Okay, but also that's a great example of how good this video is. Because off the rip, that hook was strong, bro. That hook was strong because that made me feel something immediately. So he's cooking already.
A few weeks ago. In fact, it's more than Street Fighter 6 has done in 3 years, and it's more people than subscribers I have, and that's a free button to press that I want you to press now. But it got me thinking. It's a lot of fun to play with your friends and pick a cringe spot if you want to win, or maybe just do a funny spot that usually doesn't end up working out. But what if you had actual professionals, aka artists? How would they do? To find out, I employed the help of my good friend Squeaks to be static hunters, and we would chase down.
That is so good. Oh my gosh.
Okay, so I will. If you look through YouTube, there's probably not a single video that any of you guys did that. He's just the best executor I know. And the crazy part is like, Ludwig is not like a Kai Cenat Speed. Like, obviously, no disrespect, but he's pulling numbers like them on YouTube. This is not an accident. That's a gaming video. He could have just started with the start of the game. Instead, he did this whole post commentary. He played music in the background. He was cutting, zooming to things. Your vision is stimulated. But then the words he's saying is hooking you. What do you mean I'm playing with professional artists? That's just a good concept. Not only did he get the good concept, the thumbnail and the title, the packaging is good. Once you click on it, he's hooking you. So you're like, damn. Not only did he give me context in case I don't know what the game is, but now I'm hooked. I want to know what the best people do. He's visually showing the painting. It's like maximum stimulation, and then there's going to be the release where the game starts, but now you're hooked. You get what I'm saying? So when you want to look at mastering YouTube, mastering hooks in long form, I genuinely don't know if there's a better person than Ludwig to do that. And then here are some examples of good thumbnails. So, dumbest spots in Mecha Chameleon. Simple title, a circle and an arrow. Couldn't be that hard. But when you put yourselves in the audience shoes, you're scrolling through, you're gonna be like, where? I don't see anything. Boom, that's it. Where? I don't see anything. Let me click the video. That looks like a crazy spot, right? This is the Ash Out video. Ash is one of my favorite YouTubers and now streamers. And this is one of his funniest videos. I took a racist to the most dangerous hood in America. And not only was the content phenomenal, it was like a double prank where like he was frying people. It was like a really, really good video. But on top of that, this guy looks petrified and he's surrounded by people that you can make context of are in the hood. It's just a good video. So you should be looking when you're watching streams, when you're watching YouTube videos, don't just click the thumbnail. What about the thumbnail made you want to click it? If you're not asking yourself that question, you actually are just zombie consuming content. You actually haven't learned nothing. You know what I'm saying? Like, who here has a passion outside of streaming? Like, what's your passion?
I like to read.
read, and music. Sometimes when you listen to music,
whoa, twinning them. That's exactly what I was thinking in my head. Music. I would have said it in opposing order, but I would have said music and then reading. Yo, twinning them. What's her at, bro? I'm about to go follow her.
You're like, oh my God, I wish he would have done it like this. Or you think about why did he do it in that note? Yeah. Because you became you're a student of music. Yeah. If you're watching film, now you want to analyze the lighting and why they frame it like that. And who did the score and the music? If you're not thinking like that as a streamer, is it really a passion? I'm telling you.
Okay.
Like, you should be looking at it and be like, damn. He went crazy. She went crazy. What made that so appealing to me? You will learn so much by simply asking that question.
Yeah.
I mean, for your YouTube channel, you think it's a better play to have like highly edited videos, like on some like Ludwig stuff from your streams? Or, like,
if it's peak content and you could afford it, I would say yes. You don't have to do it for every video.
For the one where you was outside in the
we didn't do that. No, I'm not gonna lie. That's why I use the Ludwig example. I could do better. Yeah.
So if you hired an editor,
then I would have them arrange it in a way. But it doesn't have to look that crazy. Sometimes it could just be a cliffhanger, right? Of like the most interesting part that complements the title and the thumbnail, and then the video starts. It don't have to be crazy, well edited like that, but take those steps in that direction. It's gonna help a lot.
He wants me to tell you it's 11:14.
Okay, all right. In this stage, you might want a manager. You're gonna start getting certain brand deals, certain opportunities. You get to that point, 250 to 750. Yo, can we quiet down, please? This is 250 to 750,000 followers.
So this is what
yes. So you might want a channel editor. This is someone that's gonna manage your YouTube channel. So you can give them pointers, post this content today. My editor, he knows he posts this as soon as humanly possible on the YouTube. So not only do the stream get the content, you know what I'm saying? Might be a clip that comes from it, but then we're gonna post it on YouTube and it's most likely gonna perform well on there.
So how do I save for a new streamer like myself? Once I end the stream, how do I save the video?
Yeah, it's like it's a VOD on your channel. So, and if you're using IRL Toolkit, they'll save it in the cloud over there too. And then
I'm trying not to feel sideways about that.
Okay?
It's a lot of people who are just now starting to stream that are at Streamer University. But I get it. You have to go to the university to learn how to stream. I get it. But I'm trying not to feel sideways. Just focus on the mission.
You're still spending a large portion of your time using.
Bro, don't even know how to save a VOD. I've been saving VODs for so long, but it's okay. Everybody has their own route. It's okay, bro.
Shorts and streaming, but now you want to spend time making things happen, operations, coming up with segments, thinking of things that are higher appeal, more interesting, right? You want to spend 5% of your time on business, reaching out to brands, building relationships. This is stuff that we're going to get into a little bit later. It's going to fund some of the stuff you do, and then also you want to be spending a good amount on long form. But if you have a channel manager, you won't have to spend too much in this area. If you don't have a channel manager, it might look a little bit thicker. Okay, and now we're getting to the 750 to 1 million range. Okay. All right, in this range, congratulations. You can finally stream more, okay? Which might always be a good thing. Sometimes you don't want to be a volume streamer doing 12 hours a day. It's a burnout. But in this, if you want to think to yourself, let me give you a couple examples. Like, in this context, let's use Lacey for an example. Lacey has a channel manager. He has editors. He has managers. He has all that stuff. There's really no reason why he can't maximize his time streaming here and even after here. So like as a really big streamer, it makes sense to dive more of your time into streaming. That's going to result in more clips. That's going to result in more revenue. That's going to result in a better connection with your community. But I wouldn't pre this before you did all the other stuff. Building the community exclusively on them streaming platforms is very, very challenging. So if the goal is growth, spending time off platform first is the best way to do it.
Off platform?
All right,
like off your main platform?
We talked about it earlier. Co-stream everything, please, for the love of God. If you guys want to reach out to a certain content creator, Instagram's actually the best way to do that. On your story, at them, it shows up in their notifications, and most of the content creators I know look through that. So even if, and you'll see it, they'll be in your views. So like if there's something you want to say to somebody, don't spam them, obviously. But like that's probably, if I knew like there's one way I want to reach somebody, I literally put up a story and then at somebody. You can literally privately do it too, so they're the only ones that see it. But if you want to specifically make sure someone specifically sees something, that's the best way to do it. Twitch stories are very underrated. I actually don't use them. Kai, the one that told me this last week. And he used them for every stream. You know what I'm saying? If there's a stream he wants to hype up, Twitch stories send a notification to your Twitch followers. So now they know when the stream is going to happen. That's elite.
Oh,
Instagram
shoot, I'm sleeping.
Super underrated, especially if your community
Wait. I'm sorry,
That's elite. Instagram communities, super underrated, especially
I don't even know what that
is already on Instagram. I know Twitter comms are leaving soon, so if you're looking for an alternative, I made an Instagram community. I personally couldn't be bothered with Reddit or Discord. And the more you study, the more you win. I promise. If you are not studying, you will win less. This is facts. You can be the most entertaining person in the room. But if you are not paying attention and studying the content
I'm not
that's performing
studying,
on your
bro.
channel and on others, you will be limiting yourself. This is
Okay,
factual.
I'm no longer limiting myself. Ah! Locked. I'm locked, agent.
In
Oh,
this
this is for
section,
750 or more. But
you
still,
wanna
I'm
spend
locked.
a large percentage of. Yo, can we quiet down, please? In this section, you want to spend a larger percentage of time on strategy. What direction are we headed? What's some fire shit I can do for the summer? What's the
Not
rollout
studying
gonna
the game,
be like?
bro. You're
You know what I'm
right.
saying?
You're right.
You want to spend a
But now-
large portion of your time streaming. The streaming is the top funnel. You go live, the clips eat on socials, you post it on the YouTube. The more you stream, the more content gets disseminated everywhere. You want to spend a good amount on the business side. Ideally, you don't have to do too much because you got managers and agents and things of that nature. And then 10% is now managing. You have a team. You actually have to manage people, and you can arrange your team however you want. It genuinely really depends on the type of content you do. My content's really variety. We use some IRL, some gaming. We do a little bit of everything. So this is the layout that I found was compact enough to where like it's not too much people, because then you got to travel with everybody and stuff like that. But it's like you're not bottlenecked. I don't have to think to myself, oh my God, I wish we had another hand. You know what I'm saying? So the teams are super specific to the content that you do. There's no ideal formula. I would always recommend, if you know a bigger streamer, ask them. Before I made a hire, I called Ludwig. Yo, Ludwig, what you think about this? Yo, Kai, what you think about this? Phantom, what you think about this? Because they have, everybody has different.
I need to find and track down a bigger streamer than me. And I need to just start calling. Call him. All right, I'm tracking down. So I have 400 followers on Twitch. Time to find somebody with 1,000 and just start. How'd you get 1,000?
Formation.
Give me the deets,
You want to
bro.
see which formation might make sense
Got
for
it.
you.
Anybody in the gang got 1,000 followers? Hold on. Anybody in the gang got 1,000 followers? Hold on, I'm about to start
Do you have
calling.
to specifically work on that task, or is it like a team thing where?
It's a team thing. Everybody helps everybody.
Where you find these people? Wait, can you say that again?
Everybody helps everybody. Yeah.
I don't know if I need to go slow them,
If
but-
someone only does one thing, they're a little useless.
Okay.
Yeah, like today, for example, my channel manager is doing some clips.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? You know, but like everybody helps everybody.
I also believe that like.
You talking to him?
No.
Okay.
He's the goat.
Okay.
But I would just say, like, I personally tell people that it's also good to know a little bit of certain other people's jobs just in case, like, we have multiple.
100%. Yes. He's not even a cameraman. He used to run operations.
Oh,
So-
shoot.
but
That's
he can
why his
also run
handshake like
camera.
that. He ain't got no steady cameraman, bro.
Referrals usually for me. I'll ask people.
How long do you think you go through trial and error finding somebody that's like good? Because like people could say they do things, but work ethic and kind of like consistency is like really important.
We could talk about that off stream because it's a little tough. Okay, let me give you an example. All right, as you grow in streaming, you're gonna want to take certain risks. And now we're talking a little bit about money, so I need everyone to pay attention. I know money sounds like the thing you do to get Ferraris, but this is not true. Money is a thing that's gonna make your ideas come to life. Some of you guys.
Yeah.
But this is not true.
$6,000?
Money is
$6,000 from one video? Agent. $6,000 from one video?
thing that's gonna make your ideas come to life.
And
Some of
it's
you guys
not
have
even
some
at
really
a
big ideas,
million.
some things you want to try, but you can't put a trigger. Why? Because it's a huge risk. Certain risks are worth taking, others aren't. I'm gonna give you two examples. This is a risk that had paid off for me. So, first time I went to the Arctic, first of all, I bet my chat that I could survive in the Arctic. They said, no, you can't. I said, all right, bet. That was great. Yeah, I booked a trip, and I knew I was probably gonna lose money. Across flights, the north is super expensive, et cetera, et cetera. We'll get into the expenses, but it made some money though. On the YouTube, the video actually performed really well, so I was able to get almost $7,000, and then the actual Twitch stream of it got $17,000. Which sounds good. A couple interesting factors though.
He said that sounds good. Mind you, that's from one video, bro. That's one video. Granted, it happened over the span of a couple days, because I know he didn't stay in the Arctic for one day. But $17,000 from one video is insane. That's not pretty good. That's not something light, bro. That's huge.
2 years ago, this number would have said 50,000. So ads are down. And it's not because they're running less ads. It's just that's the nature of Twitch. Twitch doesn't currently have a system where they could have higher CPMs and lower CPMs like YouTube. So overall, ads are just lower than they are. I know that going into it. That's part of the risk. So I'm making anything from like, what, $24,000 on this. All I had to do is not spend $24,000, and I at least don't lose money on the idea I'm really passionate about.
Okay. Now let's see the expenses.
Yes. So here are the expenses. So between the hotels, flights, clothing, car rentals, and camping supplies, luckily, on that day I made money. Now, we're not accounting for, obviously, like staff expenses and stuff like that and how much time we dedicated. We could have spent on anything else, opportunity costs. This is just what we spent. On this opportunity, for me, it's okay to lose money if it's going to get eyes in your direction. For me, the Arctic
like
was a
long
solo thing I
term,
tried
right?
that I genuinely believed in. I really wanted to challenge myself. And so if I lost money, I lost money. But let me try my best to maximize, okay? We're going to talk a little bit about the best way to do that.
Because I'm sure you got extra.
But this is an opportunity that worked out. Let me give you an example of an opportunity that did not work out. So this time I'm co-streaming. I make $2,000 off the YouTube. I'm making $3,000 off the video. So this is the stream, this is the video, and I'm making $16,000 off.
Separate money on the stream and the video is kind of crazy. I'm not going to lie to you.
Off the Twitch. It's not a bad shout, but this time we're not in the Arctic, we're in the Amazon. Things are a lot more expensive and a lot more remote. And the expenses looked a little bit different.
Ooh.
So this is an example of a bet
I see that.
financially didn't pay off, but content-wise went ballistics.
Okay.
These are worth doing. If you can afford to eat it, these are worth doing. And you might be asking yourself the question of, okay, how can we reduce the risk of doing some of these big events?
I'm not.
Boom, ads, but not the ones you see on Twitch and YouTube, the sponsors that people pay for. I'm gonna ask you guys a question. Who here reached out to brands before coming to Stream University? Damn, why the fuck? 8 people. I was talking to Malik, she messaged 50 brands, half of them responded. I'm talking like Target responded. You know what I'm saying?
I'm not doing enough. Whoa. I'm not doing enough. I know I didn't go to Streamer University, but I'm not doing enough. I have never reached out to a brand, bro. What the heck? I know I don't have the 250,000, 750,000 followers, but I have never even reached out to a brand. I've never even shot my shot. What's the saying? You miss all of the shots that you don't take. I'm about to start applying that here, bro.
You know what I'm saying? You not reaching out to Samsung and DJI and Fortnite to see if potentially they might be interested in supporting something you want to do. So I literally reached out to all the brands that I know, and Fortnite came back and said they want to do something to help some students. So we will actually be finding 2 streamers that have not had a brand deal before to do their first brand deal with me a little bit later today. Okay? But like,
that's real dope.
I could have said nothing.
You have an Apex code? Stop it. I have an Apex code, but it's like, I feel like that's different than like brand deals. Like I have a collaboration, I guess, sort of, but it's like a different system than like, brand deals. I feel like low key, it's time to put the gas, it's time to put the pedals in the metal, because like it's so, there's more out there. Exactly. Like there's so much more I could be doing than what I'm doing. Like I feel like low key it's real easy to get comfortable. I'm finna start getting real uncomfortable in here.
Brands, so that doesn't count. You've
really
done 10 epic deals before, so that's a little bit of a cheat code. This is true,
bro.
Let me give you some examples.
Like I know you're saying still because like you have the Apex thing, but like
how I'm gonna execute the Fortnite.
That's because I play Apex all the time. Like of course, like I feel like again it's like the proximity thing that I was talking about. Like that's more easy in proximity. I feel like I play Apex all the time, so why not apply? But all this other stuff, I'm like, oh yeah, I don't have enough followers, so I'm not gonna apply. Like, you ain't even shot a shot yet. I shot a shot with Apex, and I'm like, that would be really cool because I play the game. All this other stuff, it's kind of like, I don't know, I feel like I'm being scary low key because it's like, well, why would they want to collab with me? I don't have enough followers. I gotta wait till I get the followers. Shoot the shot, bro. Shoot the shot. I'm finna just start. It's gonna be a 3-point contest up in this mud.
And we're gonna pick some students to do it before we end class here today, okay? So back when I was a wee little lad and I haven't blown up on YouTube, there was a website called FameBit. It's like you had to apply for ads. I think the Stream Elements has it now. FameBit got bought by YouTube. Now it's called YouTube Brand Connect. If you guys are on YouTube, you've probably heard of it through there.
Never heard of that.
So it's YouTube's platform.
I'm not on YouTube enough though.
Essentially, if I wanted money, I would see a scale on the website. I'd say, I want to advertise this scale. This is how I'm going to do it. I send them a little paragraph or 2. This is pre-AI, so you have to know how to write. And then you send submit, and you get a brand deal. I just reached out. At the time, I was broke. I was looking for anything. $250 to sell a scale to 10,000 people, I'll do that, gang. All right? I need some bread. I was broke on campus at the time. That's just reaching out. The second thing, have you tried asking them? No,
Never.
Seriously though. Like, you are completely underestimating how much. I have talked to brands that have literally told me, we only work with the biggest streamers. I've talked to brands where they said we only work with the smallest creators. We like doing small deals.
See, but when they say small creators, they talk about like 250,000, because it can go smaller than that. How small are we talking? Well, these brands that you're talking about, they talking about small creators like 200 followers total, or they talking about 250,000 followers, small creators. You know what I'm saying?
You are not.
That's all I want to know. You telling? You feel what I'm saying? Like, how
management.
small?
You'll get a lot of inbound deals, right? For me, there's a lot of deals that come in. Honestly, Epic is a lot of them. Where like they'll reach out to your management and say, do you have any gamers in your roster that are interested in doing this brand deal? So if you can find some good management, it's a whole separate conversation. You will get some brand deals through that. Develop relationships.
Okay.
I had a brand deal a month ago where all I had to do was show them that I actually use a product. I pulled the laptop out. I was like, I use this. It got me a second brand deal. Building relationships. Once you do a brand deal, chopping it up with the people that was there. Saying hi, telling them some of your ideas, getting to know them a little bit. This is how you spin back. You don't want to be one and done type of guy, okay? And then obviously proof of concept. Streamer University, it had like some big support from brands, stuff like that last year. But did you see that page where he showed all the brands this year? He proved it worked.
No, I didn't see
So even
it.
though it's Kai Cenat, one of the biggest streamers, and this is one of his biggest ideas.
Because I got a lineup of sponsors I want to work with, and they look at numbers and stuff. That's what I'm saying. I feel like they say, oh, yeah, we want to work exclusively with small creators. Announce yourself. Announce yourself and your requirements. But until then, I'm shooting my shot. I don't even care. I don't care, because you got to tell me, oh, yeah, you need to get about 100,000 more followers. Happen. But until then, I'm shooting my shot. It's
and
too
now that
bad.
they know it works.
You're going to see me in your inbox every month.
Exactly. So this also means, like, if you have a big idea, sometimes you got to bite the bullet and go to the Amazon and you lose $20,000, because next time you might be able to make some money on it.
Yeah, fair enough.
Okay, so I will say, I'm going to use the Fortnite example to kind of walk you guys through what you should and shouldn't do. I'm even going to show you the brief, if you guys haven't seen it before, on like what they'll usually send you and what the communication looks like. The first question you do when you get a brand deal, please ask this question, please. What would be a successful integration for you? If you do not know what they want, you will struggle to do a successful one. This
What's
is
an
just
integration?
fact. So the first question I asked Fortnite, yo, what looks good to y'all? Like, what would you like to see happen? And they're trying to promote the sprites. So, they're all around campus and stuff like that. So, okay, boom. They want to focus on sprites. What about the sprites? Oh, the fact that you could trade them, the fact that you could own them, they're permanent now. It's a new season. Each one has different things. Some of them are really rare, hard to get. Okay, cool. I'm learning all this. I'm farming information. Because when the brands trust you, they're going to let you cook on your stream. They're going to pay you to just creatively integrate it into the content that you're making already.
This is an ad for them.
Correct. And the ad I do with the 2 students later will be the actual ad for them. But like, if they don't trust you because you've never done it before, sometimes it's harder to get that. Has anybody worked with a brand that was a little bit like, they wouldn't let you do what you wanted to do? They wanted to do it their way?
Never.
It sucks sometimes. It happens.
No,
It happens
I
to
did.
me. It happens to everybody. It's not a good experience. But when you can find brands that trust you to just cook up. You feel me? And don't sell, bro. Because when you sell, they're going to look at me next time like I'm a sell. Because they're going to be like, oh, streamers, they don't do brand deals well. So when you do a good brand deal, you put on for everybody else. You make them way more likely to spread the wealth upon anybody else. So you want to ask that first question. Then you want to ask a second question. What are the talking points? This is important because sometimes it's going to be hard to fit the talking points into the thing you're doing. And if that is the case, it's cool to say no. So I'm going to show you an example of the deliverables in the brief. And I'm going to walk you through, like, this is what
Gotta be a good
brands will
salesperson.
send
No,
you
you're
when you
right.
get a brand deal.
100%.
What I like to do
Okay.
is I put it on a side monitor. You know what I'm saying? You'll have the talking points and you'll have all the facts. The first thing they're going to do is explain the thing that they're promoting. If it's a game like Epic, Fortnite, it's going to be a new season. New season, new fun stuff. This the fun stuff. Look, they got sprites. What do? All right, well, they're rare and they got this and we're going to have them all across campus. But for this, you're going to give away a couple brand deals. Okay, that's awesome. Where can you get them? They're going to tell you where you get them. I cannot explain this enough, guys. If you do not understand the thing you're trying to sell, you will do such a bad job.
You gotta be a good salesperson.
I've met so many streamers that don't look through the brief. They get on there, they're doing a brand deal, they don't know what they're talking about. And it could be kind of like funny in a comedic way, but you're not getting that brand deal again. They're not gonna spin back and want to do something with you again. So it's worth your time to
deliver on
understand
all the
what exactly it is. In fact, I mean, come on, gang, it's money, bro. Download the game and play it.
Yeah,
Download
see
the
what it
game,
really
play
is
try it.
about.
If it's an
Yeah.
IRL thing, get the product. Try the product before you say yes to some of these things. It's worth actually testing it. And so, obviously, last night, I'm looking through this, making sure I understand how everything works. And then, obviously, I'm gonna break this down to whoever we end up picking here today. But you want to understand how they work, where you get them. You got to extract them. Okay, so there's certain concepts you got to extract them before you die. Otherwise, you lose them. They're permanent this time. They've had them in the past. Okay, now we got the stream requirements. Okay, a lot of this stuff is pretty simple, but if you do not do them, they will text you during the ad really upset. Okay, because for some of these things, you can get sued. So the title
because there's money involved,
has to
right?
include Fortnite sprites. Okay, this is what we're doing. Include Fortnite sprites in the title. Okay, and the disclosure, FTC disclosure, you have to tell people, yo, this is a sponsored segment. Okay, this is a sponsored segment, and this is, by the way, guys, a sponsored segment. Okay, and you want to do that on stream too. Now, I'll be honest, you probably can't get away with it if you're a small streamer, but the bigger you get, you genuinely, they will be on your butt if you do not do that part. And honestly, just for your stream too, it's good so people know when they're being sold something, okay?
Yeah,
so
for
for this one, it's actually pretty compact. Sometimes they'll have panels in your Twitch. Sometimes they'll have a pinned comment. Sometimes they'll have different deliverables. It's all part of the package that you're selling to them when you're getting the actual brand deal, okay? And so this is the part that I would usually have up. These are the key talking points. I know it looks like a lot, but it really isn't. They're just explaining what the sprites do, the specific sprites with different rarities, what they're called, and what different things is. So like the Mythic Sprite deploys a shield bubble every time you're using a healing item. So
that's so lit.
You want to memorize everything in the bullet points, okay?
That's kind of fire.
If you forget them, you know what I'm saying, in between games, stuff like that, take a look, remind yourself. You should understand how they work, but sometimes they send mad talking points, so it's not always the easiest to follow along with, but
you just gotta study it. Maybe do flashcards or something. You'll be all right.
It's way easier to maintain a relationship and do mad brand deals with the same brand than to find new brands every time. And there's not a ton of brands. There's only a certain amount spending a good amount on streams. So you want to pay attention to those and focus on those.
So you know what? I'm not gonna lie to you. You might have to start reaching out to Fortnite, bro. You might have to start emailing Fortnite, bro. But you don't play Fortnite? I don't. I really genuinely don't, but that's a good concept. I like the little sprite things. I like when they have the little buddies. I think that's so cute. That almost makes me want to play Fortnite, but I don't have enough space on my computer to download anything else. But I did download Chrome. I downloaded it just for you guys because I said when we do stream together, I don't want to be limited by the fact that I don't have Chrome anymore. So I took down Aloha. As much as I wanted to keep the no ads, I made sacrifices, okay? Because I want to be, I want to be where the group is, bro.
To the point where if I see a brand I like, do a brand deal with somebody else, I'll reach out. I'll say, yo, I have this idea. Are you interested in partnering in this idea? You know what I'm saying? And that's just, you know, they're spending money. If they're spending money in content, they have a department for it. If they have a department for it, they have a budget for it. If they have a budget for it, why can't it be you, bro?
Oh, you're why can't it be us? Bro. How small of a small streamer do y'all want brands? Because I'm finna go crazy. Why can't it be me? Let's
they
go.
Have a budget for it.
No, we're
if
locked in, bro.
For it,
You was
why
not
can't
lying.
It be you, bro?
You're not lying. This fool cooked with this. He cooked with this. Him and Ludwig though. They both cooked, but that's it right there.
Right.
He ate.
And then on the
Why
bottom
can't
is
it
usually
be?
the do's and don'ts.
Bro,
so
super
certain
locked in,
brands
bro.
are gonna have certain do's and don'ts. Maybe don't call it a skin if they prefer it called a costume. Maybe don't call it a character if they prefer it's called a hero. Maybe don't swear, you know? Maybe don't do anything that's, you know, not ideal for kids if you're playing a video game that's like 12 plus or something like that. So this is like really obvious stuff, but we've probably all been guilty of it at least once, accidentally breaking them. It's not the end of the world, but it can be actually, depending on what
mindful.
it is. You know, if you're doing a Samsung ad and you accidentally show an Apple product, you're pretty much fried. So you want to pay attention to some of the stuff. They'll tell you all that in the do's and don'ts. So it's not that scary. I know it's kind of like a lot of text. I wouldn't do this to you in a presentation, but they'll send you this just so you know everything to do. So a background on what it is that you're about to be doing for the sponsorship, the talking points, and then a little bit more about the actual product itself, in this case, which is the sprites.
Yeah.
So not that scary, right?
He
Has anybody here
bro.
not done a brand deal?
Me.
Interesting. Okay, good. I'm going to talk to you guys before we end class. Okay, so anybody here not have management or an agency? Okay, so you
bro, yo, I'm not gonna lie to you, he's making me feel poor. Let me put my mother freaking hand down. Who hasn't done a brand deal? Who doesn't have an agent? Who doesn't have 250,000 followers? I'm starting to think maybe this is why I didn't get into Streamer University, bro. I'm starting to think. I'm starting to understand, okay? I'm starting to get it.
Yo, can we quiet down real quick? We're almost done. All right.
Oh, God.
When you guys, we
I like how you
talked a little
gentle
bit
parents
about
the
short
class.
form,
Not
long
even
form,
close,
and
bro.
streaming, right?
So far
now
away.
You're reaching out to a brand. You're not just a streamer.
You're not just doing a 1
2-hour segment. Now you have a presence on Instagram because you've been posting reels, so you can include the IG story as part of the package. That's good bread. Now you can include the TikTok and the reel as part of the package. That's actually the best bread currently. Yo, listen to me, but please trust me. I talk to a lot of brands. Currently in 2026, in this current month and day and hour, brands are more excited to spend money on shorts than actual streams. This is true. I've talked to brands that said, I want to do the stream, and they said, do you want to do a short? I'm telling you the truth.
What?
All of them, their brains don't completely understand content all the time. They see the views on Twitter and TikTok, and they think those are like the same impressions as your concurrent viewers on Twitch. So it just looks sexier to the suits to see this really big number of impressions, which you can get on shorts. This is just factually true.
That makes sense.
Influence
because you know what, with streaming, you don't get as much impressions as you do with shorts, with TikTok, with Instagram. That makes sense. That makes sense. No. Yeah.
See on shorts, you have a stronger influence, a deeper community, more motion. Streaming, that's not how they see it. So we know how they see it. And if this can help fund your big ideas, applying all these concepts, focusing on shorts and long form, how do I tell you? I will make more on a TikTok IG Reel ad than I will on a Twitch ad. And I barely spend time on IG.
That's crazy.
I'm forcing myself to spend more time on that platform. I'm posting 2 reels today. So please do not underestimate how much money can be made because the native ads on TikTok suck. So you might be thinking there's no money there. The biggest ad I've ever done in my life was a TikTok.
Whoa. Who clapping, bro?
Hey, Lacey.
It's so goofy,
this class
bro.
is not married. Like, this is not designed for you. That's fucked up.
Just push him down. Rumi. AJ Shock.
Okay, last thing I want to say is before we pick the students, you always want to ask for feedback.
Okay.
This makes you look good. Feel me? Not only does it make you look good, it's
from
going
the
to help you
brands.
improve. What could I have done better? Oh, well, they didn't like the part where it was lagging. Maybe fix up the connection. But they loved the part where you talked about this. If you even asking is something that only 5% of people do. Immediately they're going to say, oh, this is a serious guy. And when they take you serious, they're going to spend serious money on you. This is facts, okay?
Okay.
Please make sure to ask for feedback. It's probably one of the most easiest things you could do that's going to make them want to spin back. Okay. All right. Sorry, that was a lot. So I know that was a lot to throw at you guys.
Nah, honestly.
Okay, before we head out of here, because we all appreciate it. Before we get out of here, because we're running a little bit late, can everybody who has never done a brand deal before, please put their hands up?
Never done it?
Okay, interesting. All right, I'm gonna have you guys meet me in the front of the class, and then we'll probably just, oh my God, I forgot we're giving away a Sprite.
Oh, how cute.
Huh? Okay. All right. So we actually don't know. How should I get this way? Hold on. I can't just get handled like that. I can't just handle like that.
Maybe ask us a question about something on the slide.
Ask us a quiz.
Maybe I should ask.
Look at all these mother freaking notes, bro.
I don't have a quiz prepared.
I'm not gonna lie to you, Agent Cook. Look at all these notes, bro. I didn't even go to Streamer University. Look at all these mother freaking notes, bro. That's crazy.
I didn't think we was gonna have
These
time
mother
for that.
freaking Cook.
Look, I'll have everybody that doesn't have a brand deal meet me in the front. I'm gonna answer some questions, stuff like that. Everybody else, you are excused to go. Running a little bit late, so you guys are good. Okay.
Wow.
All right.
Oh, do I stick around for this
part?
part?
Aside, and it was like almost unanimous.
Between who? Me and who?
Pit Bully. Congratulations.
She was asking questions.
Yeah,
no,
please
she was
don't let
so
people steal
engaged.
it, though. People are stealing these.
Thank you.
She was so engaged. I'm glad she won it. Or they won it.
Thank you for the attention.
Yeah.
Yeah, she was locked. That's a good pick. I can't lie.
Yeah.
Okay. These are the group you've never done a brand deal before. Okay, interesting.
I've
All right.
got to stuck around.
Okay, first thing I would like to say, amongst the people who've never done a branding before, we got gamers in here, hopefully.
Yeah, I'm a gamer. I play Fortnite.
Do people, you all play
all day.
Fortnite?
Yeah, I love Fortnite. I love Fortnite. I be stealing, and shooting.
They really play Fortnite, bro? Because, you know what? I might have said, yeah. I might be like, yeah. Give me and the homies, yeah. Fortnite.
Okay, eliminate.
Yeah.
That would have been on the do's and don'ts.
I'm lying. I wouldn't have said that.
I love Fortnite.
I'm like, dang, bro. You sure it ain't Apex?
Every street, that's how I
What? You were top 100 in Fortnite? You've never done a brand deal?
Yeah, he's got it done. No, not gaming.
Interesting.
They buy so many skins, bro.
Okay, so 75% of people are currently saying Edward. So Edward, congratulations.
So,
yeah.
There's gonna be two.
Okay.
There's gonna be two, chat. We need.
You need a pick, bro.
So I don't mind having a good gamer with me though.
I'm a good gamer, bro.
You said a good gamer. That's crazy.
Listen, I'll beat him in this shit. 1v1. Hey,
This is kind of awkward. This got to be kind of awkward for him, right?
Hey, real talk. Hey, see, he don't deserve this shit, bro. Get your
Chat's gonna say the names they know, but I feel like it's gonna be fire to give the opportunity to somebody they know. I don't know if I properly introduced myself. I'm Agent, by the way.
Good day.
Good day, nice to meet you.
Hi, guys.
Hey.
Listen, I make Marvel Rivals content.
Oh, it low-key should be her, huh?
Swear, like I'm so.
Okay, you know what? We're gonna pick you.
Yeah, she needs to switch the niche. Yeah.
Yeah,
pick her role.
I know, but I know.
Fortnite is different, bro. What about me?
Yeah. Well, congratulations. Congratulations.
Yeah,
okay,
pick
well,
her,
I'm sorry
bro.
we cannot pick you, bro, but if you're in my next class, we have an even crazier giveaway.
All right.
Yes.
You gonna pick me?
If you're in it, yeah, maybe potentially. We'll see.
And we'll see. That means nope. Nah. W mother freaking class. I'm not gonna lie. W mother freaking class. I need to figure out how long. I don't even know. How long? Oh, I've only been live for an hour, bro. Oh, okay. Low key. I kind of want to end the stream and start doing the stuff he said. I kind of want to go research. I kind of want to start. I guess I don't have to enter the stream for that, but I go research, bro. Oh my gosh, I got some work to do. You know what? I think I'm gonna end the stream. Hey, I just learned a lot. I need to go and soak this in, bro. Oh my gosh. That's kind of crazy. I'm not logged in, so I can't see who's live. Oh no. Dog, bro, I get it now. That's crazy. Let me see if anybody, because I'm not gonna be able to randomly do it, but okay. We co-working, let's do it. Let's do it, bro. Raid. I think we're gonna raid Cute Guns. Let's see. All right. Okay. Oh, we only raided with 2, but hey, we got work to do, bro. Let's let hey. No, that was crazy. I'm ready. I'm logging off and I'm working. Nah, for real. All right. Well, shout out to Rome for hanging out in the chat. Anybody else who is on the other side or whatever the case is, I hope you have an amazing day. If you're a streamer, get to it. Watch some of these videos and get to it. All right.